What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to today's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, the day's technical analysis, the trading opportunities that we took on today's stream, and build a game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. Be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a big block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 7:30, we have continuous jobless claims, export price index for April, housing starts for the month of April, import prices for the month of April, initial jobless claims, and the Philadelphia Fed. At 9 o'clock, we have Fed Bar speaking. At 9:30, we have some crude news. Also at 9:30, we have Head Hawker speaking. At 10:30, we have the 4-week bill auction. And at 11 and 2:50, we have Fed Mester and Bostic speaking. Now, it was never recommended to trade during volatile price action, but if you choose to trade during these times, then understand you're playing a game of chance with your trading account. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And today was definitely a trend day. Nobody can argue with that. So what happened today? We went from price hanging around resistance, waiting for the CPI data to be released today. And once that data was released, we got this massive move higher. Let's actually look at what was said in that data release that fueled this market higher. Let's go look at that now. And believe it or not, the CPI report shows that inflation is easing in the month of April, and consumer prices is still rising 3.4% from a year ago. Let's look at the key takeaways. The CPI report showed an increase of 0.3% from March. Inflation eased slightly in April, providing some relief for consumers. On a 12-month basis, the CPI increased 3.4%, but this was in line with expectation. And finally, core inflation was at 3.6%, the lowest reading excluding food and energy since April of 2021. It's funny that they used the year 2021 because this run-up felt exactly like the run-up that we had in 2021. You just couldn't be a bear. Bears were definitely used as fuel to push this market higher, and price kept going up with little to no pullbacks. And with that said, let's jump back into the charts. So as you can imagine, once we got the CPI release showing that inflation is slightly easing in the month of April, this was the initial reaction to that news. We did get a two-legged pullback into support, and once this area was retested, the bulls took full advantage of this move. As you can imagine, there were a lot of bears shorting this move. And just like in the previous weeks, price took out highs like it was nothing. It was definitely challenging being a bear, and it was definitely lucrative being a bull because even the smallest pullbacks today were profitable. You really had to work hard to lose money if you was on the bull side today. But here are some things that I did notice with the NQ today. And I'm pretty sure as price trades overnight, it's going to fix this problem. But out of SPY, the ES, and the NQ, only the NQ so far has not taken out or even retested its all-time high. The ES took out its all-time highs at the end of the session, and we got a massive dump afterwards. SPY took out its all-time high during the CPI release. But the NQ is the only one that still hasn't taken out or even retested its all-time high. So I do find that interesting. With all this bullishness, it's going to be hard being a bear. And in this bull market, it's almost not even lucrative being a bear anymore. It seems that when we get on these bull runs, the only time we get pullbacks is when the bulls are taking their profits. And as the bulls are taking their profits and becoming sellers themselves, as price moves back into previous areas of support, price is immediately bought back up, and price is retesting exactly where it left from. That stair step down, taking the elevator up. It was so bullish that price found support literally in the middle of this candle, and you can see there was little to no pullback. Price pulled back here at the 21 EMA, and from this small pullback, price continued up higher, and we only started to consolidate towards the end of the session. When I see this, I know that any pullback into a support area will be immediately bought back up, because I know that there's buyers waiting to get filled so they can get on this ride. So when I see moves like this, if I'm not going to trade on the bull side, I need to try to get in as high as possible and manage my risk effectively and stop out when I'm wrong. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And just like the NQ, once we got the reaction, once we got the CPI news release, we have this big breakout candle. We have bears failing to take price higher, pushing price down, the bulls finding support and pushing price higher. But unlike the NQ, the ES has already taken out its all-time highs. And it appears that in the pre-market, that price is attempting to trade higher. Now, this is also tricky. We've had a big move up and we had no pullback. And the question you have to ask yourself, what is the risk to reward if you were to continue to trade higher when price is this high? In my opinion, it can only go so high, and this will be your reward versus this much risk. So in this situation, pre-market trading will definitely play a crucial part in how you want to approach tomorrow. We have areas on the chart where the bulls can come back in, find support, the bulls get their deep pullback, and then making a run up to take out this new all-time high. Or possibly if the bears finally wake up and finally take control of this market. Because here's the thing, we traded through this supply area like it was nothing, like it wasn't even there. We had one pullback, and from that one pullback, bears were completely non-existent. The bulls took full control of this market. And if you're a price action trader like myself, that was a total cognitive dissonance because this is abnormal price action. But the technicals were all there. It was just hard to believe, which kind of highlights trusting the charts and not your heart. Because in situations like this, we have CPI saying that inflation is easing. Why wouldn't the bulls take control of this market in hindsight? Why wouldn't they? So I am interested in seeing what the market does tomorrow. And the one thing that I noticed that I found very ironic was that this was the last CPI high. And you can see that the bears push price almost right into this area. The bulls using it as support and blasting price higher. But again, we really need to see how the price trades in the pre-market. And once we get a good idea of who's in control, then we'll base our trades in that direction. And with that said, that's all I have. And if you're enjoying these breakdowns and want insight on trading the Nasdaq and ES intraday, then subscribe to the channel and join our live stream where me and my trading partner provides intraday analysis in real time. Our current goal is building a community. And if you're tired of missing the best trades on the Nasdaq and ES intraday, then join the live stream, join the Discord, join the risk managers in the chat, and we appreciate your support as we grow. As we wrap up, remember the risk manager's creed. Trading involves risk and demands careful analysis and capital preservation. And we can do that by practicing sound risk management. Every trade tells a story. Make sure you write that story in your trading journal because our psychology is all over these charts. And as always, my name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. Stay green out there. Peace.